Hey guys, welcome to JoJo Cider Reviews and More. I'm JoJo. So tonight I'm going to be reviewing another fall beer. I'm trying to review the rest of my fall beers that I have. This is called the Greater Pumpkin. It's crafted by Heavy Seas Beer out of Baltimore, Maryland. It's a pumpkin beer and pumpkin ale brewed with pumpkin and spices aged in bourbon barrels, which is pretty cool. Little description here, it says, as fall approaches and thoughts turn to Halloween, even though we're in, March, we roll out the Greater Pumpkin, a copper ale with notes of vanilla, oak, pumpkin, and flavors of autumnal spice. 10% ABV, and looks like Heavy Seas has been independently brewed since 1995. Fearless, bold, independent. Put the wind on your back and enjoy the Heavy Seas. So this is called the Greater Pumpkin. I don't know, it might be a play off of Charlie Brown, but I don't know if there's a great pumpkin from this brewery. This is like, this is a barrel-aged version. Maybe that's why they call it the Greater Pumpkin. I'm not sure. That's just a possible guess there. But it's, by the way, 14 IBUs, so I don't expect it to be too bitter, but you never know. And yeah, let's get right into the review. All right. Going for the pour. Smoke coming out. It's a good sign. Still fresh. Definitely getting that copper flavor, copper appearance already. And yeah, kind of a light to medium copper color. You can see in the light there, kind of like a dark amber-ish color. Well, I'm seeing kind of like a dark orange copper type color. In the light, it's more like looks like an a Märzen Oktoberfest beer, kind of like a light copper, but I'm getting kind of like a dark orange on my end here. Not too much of a head, I would say about half finger's worth, a slight orange tint. A lot of bubble streaming up to the surface, if you can see that. Looks like a crisp beer. I don't see any sort of sediment or anything like that. It's going for the aroma. So I'm getting notes of pumpkin, but also, I don't know if it's that barrel age, kind of the bourbon aroma there, a little bit of a sweet aroma. Some vanilla and brown sugar. So it's really good. It's got those fall spices in it. Without further ado, you can see the head dying down a little bit. Without further ado, salute. First thing I'm noticing is it's a warming beer. This definitely, it makes sense that this is a fall beer. It's actually 70 degrees today. The warmest it's been in New England in a long time, but this would be especially good on like a crisp fall day. Maybe even like early winter type beer. I'm getting some, like I said, kind of the sweet notes from maybe some of the bourbon barrel age, some of the pumpkin as well. Yeah, good amount of pumpkin. I'm getting cinnamon, brown sugar, a little bit of hop bitterness there. Mostly malty though. I'd say the 14 IBUs is pretty accurate. It's not overly bitter. Mouthfeel is on the higher end of medium. Not quite heavy, but on the higher end of medium. Sessionability is pretty low. I can detect just a slight hint of booziness in here. It's 10%. But it's a warming beer. I would say it's definitely a sipper. You only want to, maybe sip one of these at a time. It's good though. Not too much lacing at all. But it's still a good looking beer in general. Kind of like a semi-dry finish. Kind of a sweet finish though. Like I said, good amount of sweetness, a little bit of bitterness. I am getting a little bit of those bourbon barrel notes. And you don't get that, I feel like, in a lot of the beers that say it's bourbon barrel aged. This one I am getting the notes of bourbon in there, so that's good. It's kind of a crisp beer. You can kind of see in there, if you can see that, it's definitely like a heavier type beer. I wouldn't say quite heavy, but it's just like a filling beer, warming beer, but very good. For a score, judging by, pumpkin beer, I guess aged in bourbon barrels, it's not really a separate category, but I'll go with let's go with 8.7 out of 10. I think it's a B+. I would get it again, probably just, once a year, get like a 4-pack of these. They are good though. Again, this is the Greater Pumpkin by Heavy Seas Beer out of Baltimore, Maryland. And I appreciate you guys watching. Until next time, salute.